remain standing for the national anthem of Negaraku and I Am Song.
Let's lead the way, light in the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam, revelation and reason shall excel, shall prevail, merging faith and knowledge, we the Khalifa, we will fulfill the amanah. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of Ramadan bil Alamin. Together we make the world a better place. Forever expand the culture of Iqra. IUN is to realize the meaning of mercy to all worlds, for all mankind.
Thank you. Please be seated. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berhormat Datuk Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri bin Abdul Kadir, Minister of Higher Education Malaysia. Yang berhormat Dr. Zulkifli bin Hassan, Minister of Religious Affairs. Yang berhormat Puan Fadina Siddiq, Minister of Education Malaysia, Professor Emeritus Datuk Dr. Osman Bakar, Rektor IIUM. Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Fauzan bin Nordin, Deputy Rector IIUM, Tuan Haji Muhammad Khair bin Ngadirun, Chairman, National Book Council, Madam Shahrizad binti Saidul Hajj, Director, Credited Co-Curricular Center, IIUM. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good evening. Distinguished guests, honored dignitaries, respected members of the University Management, esteemed panelists, beloved colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Credited Co-Curricular Center, International Islamic University Malaysia, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to the closing ceremony of Co-Curricular Day 2025, held in conjunction with book review discussion titled Rethinking Ourselves, Justice, Reform, and Ignorance in Postmodern Times, authored by Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, the Prime Minister. Tonight's programs marks the culminations of CoCo Day 2025, a platform that celebrates holistic students' development through co-curricular engagement, intellectual discourse, leadership, values, and community responsibility in line with IIUM's mission of nurturing the Madani generation.
YB Ministers, we are pleased to inform you that the performance we were witnessing just now is a collaborative presentation by 4 uniform bodies, which include the Army, Air Force, SUKSIS and CISPA, with the strength of 53 cadet officers led by Cadet Corporal Aiman Mukarrabin from the Rotu Army. This collaboration symbolizes strength, discipline and unity, values that are central to character formation at IIUM. The uniform bodies courses at IIUM carry 6 credit hours and form part of the undergraduate graduation requirements. We are also proud to share that nearly 900 students present in this hall are students of the co-curricular courses representing the leadership and family management courses, which carries 1 credit hour towards graduation. This closing ceremony is further supported by a dedicated team of students enrolled in the event management course who have assisted the organizing committee in ensuring the success of tonight's program. Ladies and gentlemen, to bless this meaningful gathering, the program will now proceed with the recitation of verses from the Holy Quran. May I invite Brother Muhammad Hafiz Buhari bin Muhammad Hadari from Kuliah of Education to recite Surah An-Nahlu, verse 90 to 91.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون وأوفوا بالعهد إذا عاهدتم ولا تنقصوا الأيمان ولا تنقصوا الأيمان بعد توكيدها ولا تنقضوا الأيمان بعد توكيدها وقد جعلتم الله عليكم كفيلا إن الله يعلم ما تفعلون صدق الله العظيم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Sadaqallahul Azim. Thank you, Brother Hafiz, for the beautiful and calming recitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to invite Yang Berbahagia, Professor Emeritus Dr. Osman bin Bakar, Rector of the International Islamic University Malaysia, to deliver his address. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. MCs yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri bin Abdul Kadir, Minister of Higher Education Malaysia, Yang Berhormat Dr. Zulkifli bin Hassan, Minister of Religious Affairs, Yang berbahagia Sister Puan Fadlina Siddiq, Minister of Education Malaysia, Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Fauzan bin Nordin, Deputy Director IAN in charge of Student Affairs, Tuan Haji Muhammad Khair bin Gadiron, Chairman National Book Council, Madam Shahrizad bin Saidul Hajj, Director, Accredited Co-Curricular Center IAN, UMC members, brothers and sisters, academics and students. First of all, I would like to congratulate our organizers of this program, and of course, on behalf of the International Islamic University Malaysia, it's from all 5 campuses in Kuantan, Gombak, Gambang, Bago, and Kuala Lumpur, comprising more than 35,000 students and staff and students, we would like to congratulate our dear ministers. Two for being reappointed, and one being upgraded. No, tonight's event is a very, very special event. Special in several senses. One, this is an event to officiate the closing of this co-curricular event by our Minister of Higher Education. And together with that, we are going to have, they call it a book review, ulasan buku. The book is no ordinary book. It's a very, very special book because it is written by a very special author. There is our Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. Title of the book, Rethinking. About several big issues. Recently, the Minister of Higher Education, Zamri, launched the FOI, Festival of Ideas. Well, tonight is not called Festival of Ideas, but in reality it is, because we are celebrating very big ideas in the book. Not small ideas, very, very big. We have to grapple with big ideas. So thank you very much to Datuk Sri Diraja Zamri for being able to officiate this closing ceremony. And then, of course, we're going to have this discussion, and Senator Dr. Zulkifli will be the main discussion of the book. And in short, this is really appreciate this. And of course, I would like to share with this. Now it's the end of 2025. It's coming to a close. Yesterday, the Minister of Higher Education was at the event in the UPN. Basically, it was easily the, I think, in memory. I have not seen that kind of event. So yesterday, basically launched that, what we call the trainers, for the training for trainers, for this MPU, the mata pelajaran pengajian umum yang diwajibkan ke atas semua pelajar universiti, IPTA dan IPTS. So yesterday, talking about 2,000 of them, representing all this, they were there. And inshallah, this course called the MPU is the first time that URAIN is involved in this kind of course. So this is related to the, of course, the COCU that we are in this appreciating tonight. So I just want to welcome all of you, especially our dear ministers, and this is a very, very special event for us. Three ministers, or three new ministers at a particular event, very important event in this university. Thank you. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir. Distinguished guest, the highlight of this ceremony is the officiating address by our honored guest, It is with the highest respect and privilege that I invite Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri bin Abdul Kadir, Minister of Higher Education Malaysia, to deliver his speech and officially grace the closing ceremony of Co-Curricular Day 2025. Please welcome.
Terima kasih, thank you very much. My dear sisters, satu pakai baju polis Itu polis
Betul.
Satu tentera, okay. Anyway. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. My, my speech. If I were to read this, I think you're going to fall asleep. Anyway, because Amir already remind me not to read my text. By the way, I know our sessions tonight has been viewed by others as well in 5 campuses. My 2 respected ministers here, our rector, deputy rectors, and ladies and gentlemen, and then my dear sisters and brothers. Alhamdulillah, I'm truly delighted to be here tonight because this is something special for us. In fact, for your information, this evening I was told by my office that Zul will be coming to discuss one of the most celebrated book nowadays, Rethinking Ourselves. And then right after the cabinet meeting, I told Fazlina, okay, she said, sort of forcing her, because she's supposed to be in Seremban tonight. So I said, no, I want you to be here tonight together with all of our brothers and sisters. It is not to, I think this, to me, is a very, very meaningful event where all the IIUs grads, especially those who are now in the cabinet, and I'm very happy, I'm very delighted also to share with you the news that we have our new Minister of Religious Affairs, Brother Zul, Dr. Zul, who replaced also one of our IIU's grads. Jadi Naim, I hope Naim tak terasa sangat lah kan. So anyway, this is a very, very interesting event for all of us to come together, especially with regard to having co-curricular activities. That reminds me, Amir is here. Amir is my 2 years junior, right, Amir? 1 year, 1 year. Khairganiran also was my junior. And as far as I know, nobody can go beyond first batch. That is, I'm the product of the first IIU grad, for your information, my dear brothers and sisters. So, you can say me the eldest, not oldest here, just use the word eldest brother, it's okay with me. Abang Long ni sounds a bit, later Abang Long dari coket kan dari mana kan. Anyway, co-curricular activities, as you all know, is very important. I remember Amir is here, and some of us remember those years when we started this university. One of the purposes of the university is to build our holistic personalities. I remember until today the very words of holistic personality, which we, in the first place, we found it very difficult to understand what holistic means as a whole. Even to write it, either to write it as a HOLIST or WHOLI or so on. But finally, we find the meaning of holistic. That leads to the definition of knowledge. The purpose of acquiring knowledge is to shape, among others, human personality. That also reminds us of our Professor Kamal. Many of you not familiar with this, one of the important architects of this university in terms of its curriculum. Yeah. By the name of Professor Muhammad, Tan Sri Professor Muhammad Kamal Hassan, our previous rector, who told us, students of IIU must be able to excel themselves in 3 important areas. In Malay language at that time, of course, we were struggling to understand English. Then he translated to us so that we can easily internalize the meanings of building a holistic personality. He said, pertama, you must be excellent in your field. What field? Dia kata padang. I thought that in your field is your discipline. No. Mesti hebat di atas padang. Hebat di masjid. Dan hebat dalam bilik kuliah. That makes IIU grads. Itulah the very purpose of education here, right here in IIU. That makes UIA or IIUM is rather distinct from other universities. You can see here the product of IIUM. And I believe one day, maybe some of you will be able to carry out or to continue our responsibility. Because we never dream, like myself also, to be a leader, to be a Menteri Besar before, and then now as a minister, Fadlina and Zul, Dr. Zul as well. But because of the education we receive from IIUM, that makes us today as we are. And also, we are able to contribute something to the society at large. So my dear brothers and sisters, that makes these co-curricular activities and one of the important components in your seeking for knowledge. This is very important for all of us because in many ways, you don't simply get everything in your classroom or in your bilik kuliah, but you are also seeking. You get more actually from outside in your co-curricular activities. As far as the Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi is concerned, we are trying to embed, to bring together curricular and co-curricular activities. We have to integrate it. We have to make sure that we really produce a right personality, a right human being. Otherwise, we are going to produce someone with a very split personality, emphasizing into one dimensions of life without giving its proper balance that you need to drive your life forward. Jadi itu saja yang saya nak sampaikan. And thank you once again. And I very happy indeed to be able to come here together with Dr. Zul and Sister Fadlina. Indeed, we are very proud of my 2 brothers and sisters here because they are now in the cabinet. We are discussing the national agenda, the national policies that will affect the entire population of Malaysia and also for the Ummah as well. Jadi, terima kasih sekali lagi. All the best to you. Let's drive for excellence in URA. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Yang Berhormat. Please remain on stage. Now, I would like to invite Yang Berbahagia Rektor, Yang Berbahagia Deputy Rektor, dan Yang Berbahagia Director CCC to accompany Yang Berhormat Minister to the stage to witness the official closing gimmick.
insan. Dari budi jadi budaya, bina asas kemampanan, kesejahteraan masa depan. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, bangunkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, semarakkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati.
Next, I would like to invite Cadet Corporal Aiman Mukorabin to lead the team.
Keyakinan jadi ikutan, pendirian jiwa ihsan, nilai hormat keras diminda, daya cipta luar biasa, kesejahteraan masa depan. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, bangunkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, semarakkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Malaysia madani, Malaysia madani, Malaysia madani. Malaysia madani, Malaysia madani, Malaysia madani.
Thank you to all guests. You may return to your seats. And that marks the closing of Koku Day 2025.
Bina kota, bina insan. Dari budi jadi budaya, bina asas kemampanan, kesejahteraan masa depan. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, bangunkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Ayo seluruh anak pertiwi, semarakkan Malaysia madani. Sepenuh hati, jiwa, semangat, terus meyakini Malaysia madani. Keyakinan jadi ikutan, pendirian jiwa ihsan, nilai hormat keras diminda, daya cipta luar biasa, kesejahteraan masa depan.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, now let us take the opportunity to congratulate Yang Berhormat Minister Mohi and Yang Berhormat Minister MOE for retaining their posts. And to YB Minister of Religious Affairs for being promoted to a minister post. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed to the second segment of tonight's program, the PMX Book Review Discussion, held in conjunction with the Koku Day 2025. The book under discussion is Rethinking Ourselves, Justice, Reform, and Ignorance in Postnormal Times, authored by none other than but our Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat, Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, a timely and a thought-provoking work that invites critical reflection on leadership, reform, and societal responsibility.
To begin the session, may I respectfully invite the moderator and panelists to take their seats on stage.
Okay.
Before I hand over the floor to the moderator, let me read a brief of her biodata. Shahrizad binti Sa'idul Hajj currently serves as the Director of the Credited Core Curricular Center CCC at the International Islamic University Malaysia, bringing with her nearly 3 decades of service and institutional experience at the university. She holds a Master of Science in Corporate Communication from University Putra Malaysia and a bachelor's degree in Mass Communication from University Science Malaysia. Throughout her career at IIUM, Shahrizad has held several key leadership and administrative positions. Prior to her current appointment, she served as Director Administration at the Centre for Foundation Studies, IIUM, and earlier with the Office for Communication, Advocacy and Promotion, OCAP. Her professional expertise encompasses strategic leadership, crisis communication, stakeholder engagement, and large-scale event management, particularly within higher education and public sector environments.
Beyond her institutional responsibilities, Shahrizad is actively involved in community service and women's development initiatives. She is a community member of the Family Caster under Pahang Women's Policy Initiative, a lifetime, and active member of the non-governmental organisation Persatuan Wanita Anak Pahang di Ibu Kota Perawan, and currently serve as chairperson of Puspanita IIUM. In recognition of her position as director of CCC, she has also been appointed as the treasurer of the Majlis Co-Curriculum University Awam UNICC. In addition to her administrative and leadership roles, Shahrizad is an active public intellectual and writer, contributing opinion pieces and analytical articles to national newspapers and online media platforms, including into Some Malaysia, Cosmo, Idagang News, and Berita Harian. Her writings reflect her long-standing engagement with issues related to higher education, leadership, communications, and societal development. The floor is now yours, madam.
Akhirnya. All right, thank you, cadets. Right, so Rabbi Shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. I have to say that in 55, lama dah tersebut umur pula. 55 years of my lifetime, this is like, I don't know how to explain, I'm speechless actually, but I can't make it, I can't be just keeping quiet because I have tasks to do on the stage now. All right. Okay, again, all praise to Allah SWT for granting us His mercy and permission to gather tonight on this meaningful occasion, the closing ceremony of IIM Co-Curricular Day 2025, and I am proud of all the committee members, consisting of my team in the co-curricular office, the students who are assisting, the uniform bodies, and everyone who are actually with us since the very initial days of planning. Okay, now, and of course, tonight celebrates more than talent and performance. It celebrates learning in action, all right, anak-anak, okay? And well, students demonstrate the skills actually, Dr. Zam, early in the day. Yeah, values and character nurture through the credited co-curricular courses. We have 115 courses altogether, okay, offered by the credited co-curricular center, which actually form an integral part of IIUM's graduation requirements. Yeah, so they will have to go through the courses as part of the graduation requirement. The same goes to the uniform bodies just now when you see them, menghentak kaki on this platform. Well, anyway, so again. Well, we are also, this evening is also very precious because Allah SWT has granted us both time and space, for reflection. Hari ini, we are not only gather, with the distinguished figures that you can see in front of all of you now. I'm surrounded by the minister, Masya Allah. Takut. But anyway, yeah, who knows, among all of you, one day there are also ministers, inshallah, all right, okay? And again, Dr. Zam, Madam, and Dr. Zul, Tuan Ji, again, we have around 900 of them hari ini, and we also provide 2 other spaces for event venues. In the experimental hall and also the Wadi Budi. Altogether, we have, inshallah, gather 1,200 almost students to listen as well as through the YouTube channel. Okay, now, all right, I'm not going to, talk any further because I think it's about time for me to just introduce. Initially, we plan. Allah actually do the rest, okay? We plan the best. So the best that we can plan is to have only these 2 gentlemen with us. But, well, I'm blessed also to have extraordinary, okay, 2 other personality, okay? And this personality that are with us, only me, okay? Only me who is not nurtured by IIUM. But I've been here more than, their time here in IIUM. I believe they are only with IIUM for the most 4 years? 7. Okay, long. How about you, sir? 4 years. What? Okay, we are betting now. 15 years, 7 years, plus teaching. Doctor? 12 years. Okay, all right. 17. Here I am, 31 years in IIM. 31 years of seeing IIUM membesar dengan jayanya. All right, now, okay, as usual, I would have to actually introduce the panel. But now, what happened, they are all well known. Okay, they are well known. So the biodata they've read of my biodata tadi was so long, amboi, nak tunjuk sangat. But anyway, so let me just share with. Sekarang ni panelis 4 orang lah ya? No, 2. Moderator confused. But anyway, all right. Now, initially, as I mentioned, okay, students, anak-anak, listen. You will have to do reflection afterwards. I believe your lecturers have given you the assignment for you to do the reflection. All right. Without the reflection, you won't get the mark. All right. Listen. Okay. Now, what happened? Initially, we have 2 panelists here. One is our newly promoted minister. Okay, Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, who was our previous Deputy Rector of Student Development and Community Engagement. All right, so now the post is holding the post is now Dr. Fauzan. Yang ni bila dia shoot tadi 3 kali shoot, 3 kali settle. Tapi kali terakhir tu dia try lah juga, I tahu. Tadi Datuk Fauzan dia shoot netball ni dekat kita punya ni. Alright, and then we also have our alumni juga, alumni Tuan Haji Khair Ngadirun. Okay, Tuan Haji Khair ni, not only the alumni of IIUM, but also you once served as the director of the Center for Foundation Studies, kan? Deputy Dean. So I was a director previously, so you was the deputy dean. But we are never working at the same time. Sip baik. Okay. But so anyway, let us go to the first question ataupun first round right now. We are going to have 2 rounds of the discussion of the book. Yeah, round number 1 is actually on the understanding the core ideas of the book. All right, the core idea of the book. Yeah. Number 2, lessons for youth, knowledge and self-transformation. This is for you, anak-anak. You listen, especially in the round 2. All right. Okay, now ni kita cakap. Okay, now. So I think for the first round of question ni kita nak tanya siapa dulu ni Saya pun kena tengok the script juga. Okay, because you know why? Because the question ni is posted to the person. Okay. So the first question will go to Dr. Zul. Ya. Tapi sebelum tu saya nak cerita sikit lah sebenarnya buku ni, the book that we have in front of us, actually published by 2 publisher. Okay, so that's why Madam Fazlina is holding buku warna merah. Ours yang saya ada ni is warna blue black. So this one is by siapa ya? Ini di Penguin. Yes, this one is by hers and this one is by Penguin. But insyaAllah the content is still the same. Yeah, the content is the same. Jadi saya nak bagi tahu Dr. Zul actually helped us a lot. Betul tak Tuan Haji? Dr. Zul helped us a lot with the summary of the book. Berapa ratus muka of the book kan? He summarized it to 7 pages. Alhamdulillah. Jadi kita pun boleh baca. Saya dengan Tuan Haji Khair pakat-pakat kita baca yang ni je lah tak? Okay. But anyway, so it's all in there. Cumanya for you anak-anak, let us listen to Dr. Zul for the first round. Okay, the question would be, the book, as we all know and understand, that calls on readers to rethink ourselves in what the author described as post-normal time, a period marked by uncertainty, complexity, and rapid change. All right. So, what does rethinking ourselves mean in today's world, and why is this process urgent, especially for future leaders and young intellectuals that we have in front of us now?
All right.
5 minutes.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, thank you, Madam Shahrizad, honorable ministers, Brother Hering Adiron, honorable rector, honorable deputy rector, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Once again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. So allow me to begin my answer with 2 paragraphs of pantun. Letih berjalan di tengah pekan, singgah sebentar di gerai city. Terima kasih IIUM saya ucapkan atas segala jasa dan bakti. Pohon sirih, pohon selasih, tumbuh merimbun di rumpun keladi. Kalungan budi, junjungan kasih, kenangan IIUM kekal abadi. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this book is a heavy stuff. It's difficult to make it fun. To make it fun. How to make it fun? Just listen. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, this book has been published by 3 publishers. Hearst Publications, London, for the Europeans and also the American market, and the Penguin Publications for the Asian markets, and recently by Hong Kong University Press for the Far East and China's market. And now they are translating it to Mandarin. And almost all publication, the first printing got, alhamdulillah, sold out, alhamdulillah. So it means that this book is one of the most welcoming books in the world right now. Alhamdulillah. Let me start with the importance of this book. The importance of this book, the title is Rethinking Ourselves. When you talk about rethinking ourselves, justice, reform, and ignorance is both normal times. This book entices us to rethink, to reorient, and to replans and to tafakkur, ta'akkul, wa tadabbur. Even Al-Quran itself, the requisitions of thinking actually embedded in Al-Quran. In Al-Quran, the words al-aqlu more than 50 times in Al-Quran. Even the words that entice us to think more than 700 places in Al-Quran. Even the term, the words ulul albab, the people who understanding, more than 16 times in Al-Quran. So this book actually reflects that the importance of rethinking ourselves. So rethinking ourselves is the future of everything. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, when we talk about this book, it reminds me as well the magnum opus and the masterpiece by many scholars who are also being incarcerated or being in prisons, like Antonio Gramsci in his books, Notebook in Prison, 3 volumes. Said Qutb fi Zilal al-Quran, Tafsir fi Zilal al-Quran. Said Nursi, Risalah An-Nur, as well as Buya Hamka, Tafsir al-Azhar. So this book is another version of prison's notes, but this time by our great leader, Anwar Ibrahim. He has been incarcerated, in prison 3 times, as a student, leaders, then as a politician, and the 3rd time as a professor in Georgetown University. So this book is actually where the author enhanced their great ideas into a book where we can eat, we can enjoy the contents of the book, and for me, it really makes you rethink yourself. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to end the first round with the quote by Harold Bloom in this book, Rethinking Ourselves. Because numerous readers says that this book uses a difficult linguistic style of writings that make our life difficult to understand it. But Harold Bloom reminds us, this is important. Harold Bloom writes, if we do not read deeply, we do not learn how to think. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Zul. It's just think straightforward. You have to read. Okay, so rethink afterwards. Go get the books in the library, not in your mobile phones. All right? Okay. All right. So thank you, Dr. Zul. Do you have anything to add, Madam and Dr. Suzam? Okay. All right. Yeah, for the ni. Ready? Okay. Now, Tuan Jihir. Okay, the author, yeah, just now we talk about rethinking ourselves because that is actually the main title of the book. But the author also places justice, yeah, at the heart of civilization, grounded in the Islamic principle of al-adl wal-ihsan. It's in the book, yeah. So how does the book understanding of justice differ from how justice is commonly framed in modern political or social discourse, particularly within the context of building Malaysia Madani? All right, from ICOL alumni.
Thank you. Oh God. Thank you, Madam Sharizat. Abang Long, Zamri Kadi, Abang Long lah, my senior. I'm the first batch, he's the first batch. We have acquaintance in the early years of IIUM, and my bosses, YB Fadlina and YB Zul, you're my boss now. You're my boss. You are my boss too. I'm the chair for TV Al Hijrah. I'm the Minister of Religious Affairs and Director for Majlis Buku Kebangsaan Malaysia. She is my boss. So I've been scammed by Madam Sarizat to be here. And now I need to talk about justice. So I want to know, they are doing unjust to me. Justice, according to Anwar Ibrahim, basically he said that justice as the foundation of civilization. Justice is in rethinking ourselves. It's not transactional justice. Not court loans, no punishment, not distribution, redistribution. Justice in this book is civilizational ethic. Something that shapes how power is exercised even before the law are written. This is actually differentiate the book from modern political discourse. That's why if we look at justice, we tend to look at procedures. In modern society, we say that justice being reduced to legal compliance, administrative fairness, procedural efficiency. But in this book, we can see that justice also insists on moral consistency, on restraint of power, on dignity of the weak. So, a system can be lawful, but can yet profoundly unjust. That is the first. The second thrust in the looking at justice is justice as a trust infrastructure. Anwar tried to equate justice with trust, closely tied to trust. Because if you look at the Edelman Trust Barometer, global trust in government has hovered around 50% or below in many democracies over the past decade. Where justice is perceived as selective, trust collapses faster. That is why in Malaysia Madani, it is important for us to rebuild the trust. But trust cannot only be built by slogan. Trust only can be built when justice is consistent, institution acts with restraint, leaders accept accountability. This is very important. Justice is the invisible infrastructure of trust. So when the trust cracks, no amount of policy can hold society together. That is why we see the third element, justice, from this book is that civilization justice and development justice. This book critiques development without justice. This is a newly looking at a totally different view. We see that rapid growth in economic, where we stress so much on GDPs, but it rising in inequality, democratic erosion, and social unrest. And there is a fact in the book which states that World Bank data shows that high inequality correlates strongly with politics, instability, and institutional decay. So, Madani only can be successful if justice guides the development, not the other way around. So justice in this book is not what we demand from others, but it is what we must discipline ourselves to uphold even when it is convenient. That's why in Islam we can see the story of Prophet Muhammad. Okay, when he went to Taif. You know that what happened in Taif, everybody disagree with him. So saya cakap Melayu sikit. Rasulullah pulang dari Taif, luka. So dia singgah di Nakla, di bawah pokok anggur. Dia pun duduk berehat. Malaikat datang. Jibril bersama dengan malaikat penjaga gunung datang. Menawarkan untuk menghempapkan bukit ke atas penduduk Taif. Itu adalah adil. That is justice. Hukuman yang setimpal kepada orang yang melakukan Rasulullah ialah buminya boleh dihempap. Tapi Rasulullah, apa yang beliau lakukan? Beliau bukan sekadar memaafkan, malah mendoakan penduduk Taif. This is clearly a very essence of justice, as in accordance with what Anwar said in Rethinking Ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tuan Haji K. It's all about prophetic adab. Yeah, okay, at the end of the day. That's what we can understand out of what is written in the book. Any? You can give to them.
You should finish the round.
Tak apa. We are not in the court now. I just realized that I have. Okay.
I just want to, I'm not going to go into the gist of the book, okay? They are all the two experts, because they have read it out too. And probably me and Fadlina haven't finished. Have you finished? By the way? No, you haven't. Well, let me simplify a bit about the book, okay? Adik-adik semua, have you seen the book, by the way? I just want to ask you, have you seen the book? All right. There are two colors so far. The two colors of the book, of course, from two different publishers. It's going to have another publishers soon. All right. You have three publishers, and the title itself is Rethinking Ourselves. Well, I know if you want to read the book, probably it's going to be arduous or tough to you, because you really need to understand the whole background of the book. However, as mentioned by Dr. Zul just now, this book is one, I must say, it's not because he is our boss now, or because he is our prime minister. We must be proud of a scholar, thinkers, leaders who can come out with these levels of writings and with reach. If you really look at the references, this is I don't know how to go through on that, because as I'm coming from a different background to myself, because I started in the field of economy and then pursued my master's in Islamic thought, and also furthermore in philosophy and of course political thought and so on and so forth. But having read this book, actually, I must say this is one of the best book ever written, in its area of rethinking or look into certain area, try to make it more, simple way of explaining. Now, I know for some probably it's very difficult for you, as Mortimer J. Elder mentioned, how to read the book. If you should go and read this book. Okay, my recommendation to you, one of the must-read book for students at the colleges of the university level, go to read this book. I think is one of the old book. The Prof. Osman and we were introduced this book, Mortimer J. Elder, How to Read a Book. There are different levels of reading a book. For example, there are elementary levels. And then you also have the criticals area, and several. But there are different level of reading the book. And this book could be one of the most
not to say difficult, but you must have also some background. That's why we recommend for you to come and to have within your circle to read it. That's what we did before. For your information, during our time, my time as a student, you don't mind if I just share a bit. Amir, last time we were struggling, for example, to understand certain words, certain Arabic words, certain English words. Like myself, because I got 9 for my English, so it's very difficult for me. I myself, coming from a kampong boy, so to understand, I have to ask my friend who are more well-versed than me. But you have to look, make a circle. Because how did we read books last time? Because during our halaqah time, we were introduced with certain numbers of books. We were forced to read it. For example, of course, you can read like Fiqh Da'wah is much easier, but it was written in Indonesia. But you also have the work by Khurshid Ahmad to understand that it's not. This is how difficult to read that. But in order to understand it, you have to form a group. I must suggest to you, this is one of the very, very important book for us to look into, especially for your generation. When the Prime Minister talk about the rethinking the future, because having served this man for the last 3 years, but of course having read his work before, being a members of his organization, he's all these members of all the organizations, and simply say dia tak buat, dia orang kata dia buat reference itu, dia tak buat, dia orang kata semata-mata dia nak tunjuk reference dia. Memang dia ni kaki baca. He is an avid reader. He's an avid reader. And I can just cite several examples, my experience with him, serving him as a foreign minister. Travel dia dengan dia ke sana kemari ni. Salah satu tempat, one of the questions that he always asked me, hang beli buku apa kat korang ni? You see? And I observe when, upon return, bila kita balik, you have to fly with him. Waktu itu saya jadi menteri luar, as a foreign minister. Biasanya, I'll be a carrier of books. I can spend my time, whoever came with me, they remember that. We were in New York, in London, di mana sajalah, everywhere. We make sure they bring a book. And when he is dalam flight tu, dia akan duduk his time, which 10 hours or 12 hours, dia akan buku. And sometimes we debate about books lah. Tapi that's how I want to say, to tell you, bagaimana dia adalah seorang very avid, orang yang sangat mencintai ilmu. And suddenly I remember one day after attending New York punya ni, itu dia call saya, minta maaf.
Yeah. It's okay. Let Dr. Zam, continue talking to the boss. But anyway, so I just proceed, madam? Okay. So, just now was Tuan Haji Khair. We go to our question number 3, So, it's very clear that Dr. Zam mentioned about reading, knowledge, ilmu, So, Dr. Zul, this book was shaped during a period of imprisonment where reading, reflection and writing became tools of survival and growth behind the bars. So, from the perspective of Malaysia Madani, which places knowledge as a core pillar, what message does the book convey about the role of ilmu, knowledge tadi, critical thinking, as well as intellectual discipline during times of hardship and limitation? Please.
Okay, thank you very much. Round two, alhamdulillah. Oh, not yet. Okay,
Bukan round tu
alhamdulillah.
lagi, tak ada bunyi ting-ting.
no. Actually, I have summarized and give my personal review on the book, 7 pages, quite comprehensive, that Madam Shahrizad may share with everyone. Talking about the ideas, the guiding ideas, this is really crucial in guiding you towards change, toward Islah. Brother Herod just now talked about justice. But if you read the chapter on justice, it's amazing. Where the author begin with Muniyatul Musalli. Muniyatul Musalli, authored by Sheikh Daud Al-Fathani. And the author, Anwar Ibrahim, he discussed and analyzed the last chapter of Muniyatul Musalli, Tatmim Al-Fa'idah, where the maqasid as-salah, Muniyatul Musalli, the higher objective of salah, is the obligation to uphold justice. Amazing. Where you relate salah with justice. This is rare. This is unusual. This is, I think, really, really important for you to rethink your salah. All right. There are various great ideas and really great rethink as well in this book. But this book, one of the uniqueness of this book, the discourse in post-normal times. We have various books. Even there are one book, a great rethink. But this book actually highlighted the challenges and the realities in post-normal times or post-truths, where it full with complexities, contradictions, and the conflict and crisis, the scale, the size, the scope are really different. And even Ziauddin Sadar mentioned about post-normal times is really complex, where the change itself is changing. So one of the chapter that I really, for me, is really amazed with the chapter, how the author elaborates the arc of ignorance. There are various theories of crisis and conflicts in this world. Samuel Huntington mentioned about the clash of civilizations. Mansur Muadil talked about the clash of values. John C. Vogel talked about the clash of cultures. Tariq Ali talked about the clash of fundamentalisms. But the author, Anwar Ibrahim, mentioned a scholar, a giant scholar, Edward Said, where he wiped out all the theories, other theories. He mentioned the root cause of the crisis and the conflicts in this world is the clash of ignorance. And he elaborates what is ignorance. This is amazing. So he talked about the postmodern Orientalism, where it produces two things, Madam Shahrizad. Number one, it really produced fear. Fear to the superpower, to adikuasa. When you are fear, you create problems, you create war, you create chaos. This is what happened in the world. But the second problem, the second things that postmodern Orientalism resulted, they call it ignorance. And this ignorance is different because in post-normal times, the ignorance is complex, global, is varieties. Okay? And what is more important, previously ignorance is just ignorance, lack of knowledge. But the arc of ignorance in post-normal times is different. If we talk about the manufactured consent, if Noam Chomsky talk about manufactured consent for the oppressor to oppress, But here, they call it manufactured ignorance, where the ignorance being manufactured, being designed, and even the level of ignorance is no longer you just ignorance or lack of knowledge, but you refuse to knowledge, you refuse to know. So this is important, and for the youngsters, this is important. When you know that the root cause of the problems in this world is because of the ignorance, then the duty, then this book advocates, this book entices to rethink, to have a deep readings, and to kill the ignorance. And brothers and sisters, and this book is actually, when you read this book, you need to read sequentially. You cannot jump to another chapters because it will really kill your appetite to read it. Because this is, the sequential must be there, right? Because it's developed from the eye of the storms, the rise and falls of the author, and he talked about justice, he talked about democracy, then he talked about arc of ignorance, and then he talked about rethinking ourselves, and finally he closed it with a wonderful chapter, yeah? Yes, the epilogues, alhamdulillah. So ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, at least if you do not read the so-called philosophical or Western and Eastern classical texts or canonical texts, at least you read this book. This book just like a summary of the Western and Eastern traditions, and it synthesized with Al-Quran, it synthesized with the Muslim scholars' opinion, where you can balance the knowledge between the East and the West, and finally, the author highlighted the principle of maqasid al-sharia, highlighted the values, morals, and akhlaq as the basis, foundation for civilization. Wallah.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Zul. Actually, the next question should be on the ignorance.
On ignorance. But it's okay.
So-
I can actually proceed with that.
Tak apa. You just answer the question.
Okay.
I think you know the question already, right?
Okay.
Okay, just answer.
He asked me about the ignorance, the acts of ignorance. Well,
Yang Mak Muhammad, kin salam kepada semua.
salam.
Dan mengucapkan terima kasih banyak. Thank you very much for having this program. Dia kata book review. Dan dia kata dalam versi bahasa Malaysia dah siap. Dalam proses tengah duk nak think, dia kata very soon.
Okay, when we talk about ignorance, in this book, which is actually in this post-normal, now we are talking about post-normal, right? Anwar Ibrahim put three categories of ignorance. Plain ignorance, the ignorance we meet and sometimes overcome in everyday life and learning. We find that we do not know something, we seek the knowledge we do not have. There must be an awareness that we do not know before we can embark on doing something about our ignorance. That is plain ignorance. The second one is vincible ignorance. This requires some effort to overcome and sometimes can only be resolved in the future. But the worst part is the third ignorance. Invisible ignorance. This is the deepest level of ignorance that resides at the level of one's worldview. This is the problem that may be manufactured ignorance. When we try to talk about ignorance, you see, we can actually divide it into two: old ignorance, new ignorance. The old one is illiteracy, lack of access, or scarcity of information. Old ignorance. But now, the ignorance will information overload, algorithm amplification, performative certainty. That is a new ignorance. And you see that MIT research shows false news spread up to 6 times faster than factual news on social media. Not because people are stupid, because outrage travels faster than the truth. We are drowning in information, yet starving for understanding. I give one example, the reality when we talk about Zara. Sorry, boss, I want to talk about Zara case. Okay, Zara Christina. Huh? Okay. Oh, okay. Now, I talk about the earlier part. When the Ministry of Education know about this, the police report that has been made, we stop at that. We don't comment because it is under the police. It is under investigation. And my minister did a very right thing by not commenting on it because it's under police report, under police investigation. But you know what happened? The news being falsifying, there's a lot of other things, which at the end of the day, people overloaded with misinformation. And this is the new challenge. This is a new ignorance. But that is the reality that we need to face. And like, I want to elaborate a little bit when YB Zul talk about ignorance is not engineered or manufactured. This book aligns, look at the modern research. The fact is that social platform optimism for engagement. We need to have a social platform for engagement, emotional reaction, speed, not for truth or wisdom. That is why suddenly Zara boleh dimasukkan dalam apa? Dalam apa tu? Mesin basuh. Logically, how can we put a person into that mesin basuh? But that is why when our rector talk about Tauhidic, when we say that when knowledge being severed from ethics, it becomes very dangerous. That's why in the Tauhidic worldview, knowledge without moral orientation is not neutral. It is destructive. So, that is why ignorance will threaten justice and civilization. Because ignorance today distorts moral judgment, erodes empathy, legitimizes injustices. That's why UNESCO wants that declining media and information literacy undermines democratic institutions globally. There's civilizational risk. A society that cannot distinguish truth from noise cannot sustain justice. So, to conclude, the greatest danger of postnormal ignorance is that people don't know, but that they stop wanting to know. When you stop wanting to know, then our civilization will be at risk. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Are you still with us? Up there? Are you still with us? No, because it's so dark and I can't hear you. Are you still with us? Thank you so much. Now, let me ask you a few questions. They're very simple questions. Now, how many books did you read per month? Oh my God. 2 books. Good, good. Anybody else? Textbook or what? Not including your textbook. No, that doesn't count. Okay, all right. Okay, now we got 2. Other than that, you don't read at all? You just read the people's mind? Or you just read from ebook? Okay, yes. Okay, I'll take the answer. Now, who's your favorite author? Tamir Abdullah? Yes, good. Okay, Sophie Kinsella? No. Okay, Jody Picol? No. Murakami? Oh, yes. So somebody read Murakami. Now, during during your age, at your age, me, Dr. Zul, we read the Asian Renaissance. At your age, my dear sons and daughters, yeah. So at this age, we were forced to read this one, Rethinking Ourselves. You see, this is a very important part of being part of the, what we call the culture of reading. You know, Dr. Zul is my classmate. Of course, he's much, much smarter than me, of course. And what he did was amazing. Every time Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim gave his lecture, he will do all the summary for us. Yeah, until now. Yeah, until now. Okay? That's the best part of having him around, especially in the class. So what he did, another remarkable achievement of our minister, is that he will list down all the books that mentioned by Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim. And he went back and found the book for us. And again, he did the remarkable job by simplifying the book for us. And that we call the session Usra. So what I'm saying now is, I'm offering you something tonight. Do we have any student representative here tonight? The council, the student. The student union. Oh yeah, the student union. Do we have any of you? No, this is not the student. You should be brave and run to me and say, yeah, I'm the student union. This is not the vibe. Anyone? No. Not at all? No, this cannot be. Okay, any president of the club? Pun tak ada. Ke shy-shy malam ni? Shy-shy. Okay. Okay lah. Kalau tidak, AJK kebersihan ada? No, tak ada. Oh. So, did you involve in any activities in the university? What kind of activity? Other than that? Okay, so we don't have any student council here, no student union, no president of any clubs or association, no AJK kebersihan at all. Okay, anyone from the hostel? From the mahalla? Any president from the mahalla? What do you call pengurusi yang dipertua? Okay, girls, come on, girls. Do you have anything? What do you have? President of something? Helwa ke apa ke? Tak ada? Tak ada? Okay, now, Irham, because I just know Irham because Irham is the best student of STPM from Malaysia, in Malaysia. Okay, Irham. Now, I'm offering you tonight that if anyone interested to discuss this book by chapter, I'm offering you, 20 people of you, yeah, you give your names to Irham, and we will do the discussion here. Okay, 20 people with pre-books and the discussion. Okay, I think this is a very important book. The discipline that we had, or the privilege that we had, actually very important. You see, Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim, that's another discipline that he always gave us book. The problem is we didn't read the book because the book is so difficult. So I'm sharing with you tonight. There's one book he gave me, I think last year, but I couldn't finish the book because I don't understand the book. the book title was on the Grand Strategy, on the Grand Strategy by siapa ya? Apa ni Datuk? Kalau Datuk ingat tak? Who's the writer? It's something Louis.
Wali Nasser on Iran? Or
No. This is about policy, war, and how to become a good leaders on the grand strategy. It was a very difficult book for me because that was not my genre at all. So, but this is the part of being a leader who actually bukan saja bercakap tentang kepimpinan, tetapi yes, John Lewis Gadis, right? Yes. Tapi juga bercakap betul-betul memaksa kita melakukan intellectual exercise itu. You know, during my years in UIA, after finish my formal classes and tutorials, I will go or run to Datuk Sri Zamri's institution to do my informal education. And Datuk Sri Zamri is actually adalah ideolog kami ketika itu, yang memperkenalkan tentang gagasan-gagasan, agenda-agenda perjuangan Melayu, Islam dan bagaimana membina negara. Itu dia Datuk Sri Zamri kita. So, actually, pada malam ini, apa yang kita nak anak-anak appreciate adalah satu perjalanan yang panjang, sebuah ekosistem yang terbit daripada roh yang benar-benar memaknai maksud ilmu, ya, the virtue, the garden of virtue and knowledge itu, nilai and knowledge and virtue, knowledge dulu baru virtue, the garden of knowledge and virtue, taman ilmu dan budi, betul lah, taman ilmu dan budi. Dan aspirasi itu, roh itu berlaku kerana kita mempunyai ekosistem itu. Ekosistem yang didambakan oleh Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim dan diterjemahkan oleh mereka ini semua. Dan sebab itu, roh itulah yang mesti kita hargai, roh ilmu itu. Jadi saya ucapkan terima kasih kerana anak-anak sangat bertuah kerana dapat bersama pada malam ini. I only need 20 names. You gave it to Arham and he will organize everything. And we will give you the book and we will discuss the book. InsyaAllah. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Okay.
Just allow me to add a little bit more, not to complicate further. But it's a very good explanation by Menteri. I also listened to both of our panels. Now, something that I want to share also with you in a simple terms. First, having read this book, okay, I myself have read the book, by the way. And of course, we continue to debate and to exchange ideas with the Prime Minister in a more constructive way, because I myself, of course, I love so much. Professor Osman knows he is our senior brothers at the temple last time. But the most important thing, my dear brothers and sisters, you must create the interest. Or in the process of education, they call it nurture yourself. Yeah? Create. Kita kena ada semangat untuk membaca. Sebab nak membuat baca ni bukan senang. Yeah, kita kena tanam itu. That's why one of the activities we have at our MOHE, our Minister of Education, is Festival of Ideas. Some people say that you're crazy. What are you trying to achieve by having this kind of programs? I said no, because we have to start from somewhere to create this culture among our university students, mahasiswa, mahasiswi. Mesti ada semangat untuk membaca, memperoleh ilmu, And we are living in a world where specialization dah tak pakai lah. Ini Jose Ortega, ya, dia panggil the barbarism of specialization. Ya, maknanya dalam dunia hari ini adik-adik sekarang, tadi Khair bincang, Dr. Zul bincang, if you are a student of law, if you are a student of engineering, even in engineering nowadays, people don't talk about something to do with STEM anymore. They are talking about STEAM. STEAM, arts. Maknanya, engineering, they talk about, other subject, other sciences, soft sciences, social science in it. So which they embed. Maknanya, dia masuk sekali. Dia bukan hanya jadi seorang engineer, tapi you tak belajar aspek-aspek yang lain dalam social science yang lain. Sebab tu, pendekatan hari ini ialah pendekatan multidisciplinary. Oleh yang demikian, adik-adik kena tanamkan semangat untuk belajar. Kalau adik-adik baca this book, yeah, if you go through this book, yeah, you can see the richness of the sources, the literatures. Then he reads everything. Of course, one of the most important sources is based on the Western canon. He always says this, Alan Bloom, tak silap, Alan Bloom punya work on Western canon. Dia kata one of the must work that you must read about it. Kalau when you talk about Western canon, for you to understand the Western civilization, if you don't read the collection, the compilations of Western, the so-called Western canons, yeah, the works of the great philosophers, thinkers, writers, authors, data number one you kena baca ialah Shakespeare. Yeah, the complete works of Shakespeare. That's what he did exactly. First time when he was in prison, orang hantar kat dia buku, kat dia. King Lear punya ni, dia boleh Hamlet sampai dia boleh hafal dialog tu. Ya. He's not, bukan dia baca itu saja. He read Rabindranath Tagore. He read Muhammad Iqbal. Preo Freire, Fang Fanon. Ya. Tu mula cakap bahasa ni. He reads everything, my dear brothers. Daripada dunia timur sampai dunia barat. Frans Fanon, dia banyak dalam buku ni, dia menceritakan tentang, kalau adik-adik pergi buku ni nanti, dia menceritakan tentang, one of the chapters is about post-colonial angst, atau orang sebut angst. How it depend on how you pronounce it. If you're American, you say angst. If you are British, angst. Yeah. Maksudnya, keadaan anxiety. Yeah, the suffering of the people, the post-colonial people. Selepas dah kita dijajah, sebenarnya kita continue to have these problems. Masih rasa inferiority complex. From there, he quoted Fanon. From there, he quoted pula daripada tradisi Islam, pemikir-pemikir Islam yang hebat. Seperti mana Malik bin Nabi on the colonizability. Ini istilah-istilah yang kami dulu duduk di UAE kena baca, walaupun terjenuh nak baca, apa benda ni. Tapi itulah barakatnya. Itulah barakat macam Fazlina sebut tadi. Duduk, halakah, usrah, dan dulu kita kami dulu kena benda halakah semua. Sekarang panggil apa? Usrah. Kami kena, after Asar, our campus is not here in PJ, and I came here to teach. Yeah, Amir, you remember that, right? Then you Amir? Amir is one of those most proficient one in English. So I was the one who has to open my book to read. Amir, what is this, man? But this is a process of learning from each other. Terminologies, terms, and that's how we gain knowledge. Macam disebut oleh Fadlina tadi, ya, buku Asian Renaissance. We remember that. It's a great book. Nipis saja, tak tebal, but we have to read it out. True. Then we understand that. And That's also remind me, scholars. We have so many scholars in our country. If you read that book also, this book also, PM bukan hanya memberikan kekaguman beliau kepada tokoh-tokoh luar negara, tetapi juga kepada tokoh-tokoh dalam negara kita. Osman Bakar ada di situ. Who is Osman Bakar? Anybody knows Osman Bakar? Dear brothers, mana siapa itu Osman Bakar? Yeah, you have to know this man. He is one of the most celebrated international scholars in the world. In the most of the 500 most top Muslim scholars in the world. You must be proud of your own rector. Yeah. Ini contoh-contoh. Fazlina punya father. Ya, almarhum Ustaz Siddiq Fadil, Dr. Siddiq Fadil, seorang tokoh pemikir yang hebat dalam negara kita. Syekh Hussein Alatas, ditulis ini. Profesor Naqib Alatas, dalam ini semua ada. Jadi dalam apa yang saya nak sebutkan kepada adik-adik sekalian, buku ini adalah satu panduan juga kita untuk mengenali dalam bidang-bidang disiplin dan buku-buku apa yang kita kena baca. Jadi bacalah buku ini. Terima kasih.
Alright, thank you Yang Berhormat Dr. Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir. Thank you Yang Berhormat Puan Fazlina Siddiq. Thank you Yang Berhormat Dr. Zulkifli Hasan. Thank you Yang Berusaha Bersara Tuan Haji Khair Ngarirun. If you realize, we should have 2 rounds. But actually these 2 are the penyelamat, yeah, to these 2. Okay, so actually what happened was, I would say that we actually has come to the conclusion of the review, the book review session, yeah. Nak ikutkan, we have another 4 questions, but I think you just take up the challenge by Puan Fazlina just now. 20 people. Where is the, who should be, okay, all right. Girls, I know this challenge should be taken up, normally will be taken up by girls. Kan, boys ni tak tahulah. But anyway, just take that as challenge, yeah. All right. By the way, I think we have come again to the conclusion of the book, the session. Basically, this book actually is the compilation of all the philosophical or all the books that has been read by our PMX. And what is special about the book, even though that I have to be honest that I have not finished reading this, but my Sifu, Prof. Ismawi Haji Zain, given only 48 hours pun tak sampai kan Prof kan? He managed to finish, dia claim lah, I mean he told me. I have not, but still, yeah, up to I think 40 pages, okay, all the names mentioned by Dr. Zam is there in the book. It's here in the book. And it make it easy for you to take it up as reference in your assignments, to do your assignments. It actually, I think, covers it all, yeah, for you to make it as a reference, all right? So I think that's about it for today, for tonight. And inshallah, my team in the Accredited Co-Curricular Center will share with you all the summary written by Dr. Zul, as mentioned by Puan Fazlina just now. Dr. Zul is very good in writing the summary of a book. So Alhamdulillah, we have 7 pages of summary. Inshallah, we'll share with everyone. Everyone will get the benefit. So I think I will have to stop here. Thank you once again, Dr. Zam, Puan Fazlina, Dr. Zul, and Tuan Haji Khair. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, girls and boys. Yeah. Thank you. And be proud of yourself, because you stay here until, don't go away yet, don't go out yet, because we are going to have our next agenda. But just bear with us for another, bear with us for another 5 minutes, inshallah. So thank you very much, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of appreciation, we will now proceed with the presentations of souvenirs to our honored guests and panelists. Okay. I would like to invite Professor Emeritus Dr. Osman Bakar to present the souvenir. First, to the VIPs. Let me call upon Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri bin Abdul Kadir. Next, Yang Berhormat Wan Falina Siddiq. Next, Yang Berhormat Dr. Zulkifli Hasan. Next, let me call upon Yang Bersha Tuan Haji Muhammad Khair bin Gadirun. Thank you, Professor Ratta. For your information, all the souvenirs are produced handmade by IIUM students who enroll in co-curriculum courses this semester. Thank you, Professor Ratta, and all guests. Now you may be seated. Leave the hall. Photography. Ladies and gentlemen, let's recite Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul Las. YB ministers and the VIP will now leave the hall. All guests, please rise. Beauty.